Welcome back to the Flashing Badger podcast. This is episode 3 of us playing Brindlewood Bay. Dad Overboard is the name of the mystery. My name is Gordon, and joining me this week are...
Mike,
Fitz, Wegs.
Our 3 characters are mystery mavens, elderly ladies, members of a mystery book club who are investigating the unexpected death of Albert Krauss, famed financier. Currently, they're on board his yacht, investigating his family. Now, if you haven't listened to episodes 1 and 2, go listen to them now and come back. We'll be here.
Flashing Badger, alright. Flashing Badger.
Fitz, remind us very briefly who your character is.
My character is Agnes Birkinshaw, a retired school mom from Brindlewood Bay. Lived here her whole life, raised 17 foster children, now part of the Mavens Book Club.
And when we last saw Agnes, what was she doing?
She was snooping around the cabin of Albert Krauss on his mega yacht, but unfortunately it appears that she's locked herself inside.
Excellent. Wegs.
I'm playing Gladys Callahan, old Irish Catholic sweetheart, a little bit rough around the edges, a few unpolished moments here and there, but well-intentioned.
And when we last saw her, she had just started speaking to David Krauss, the son of the deceased, I believe, who was giving her a little bit of lip.
Yeah, so I'm trying to break the ice.
Excellent. Mike.
Gloria Janowitz. She's so nosy. She's all up in everyone's business. And she's currently exploring the deck of the mega yacht.
With
Alison, the deceased former wife.
Well, yeah. It's not a nice way to put it, though, is it? No, but his wife is probably...
Widow?
Widow!
Wegs, we'll start with you because you're mid-conversation with David.
Let's.
And David had been a bit snippy to you. I don't remember exactly where we left off, but he's been a little bit dismissive. You've obviously asked him about his father's death, and he says to you, well, obviously I'm reminded of the great performance artist Scal Bay, who was so committed to his work, he threw himself from the top of a 5-story building, which really is, if you think about it, the ultimate artistic expression. And if you ask me, if only my father's death could have the same significance. So it's just another way in which he lacked vision.
Interesting. You seem to be just a touch, what's the word I'm looking for?
Douchebag.
Acting like a twat.
Well, isn't it a wonderful world that I don't have to explain myself to the help?
Oh, you mistake me, darling, you mistake me. You don't remember me, do you?
No, I don't have space in my brain for all the reprobate homeless I come across.
David, you're a difficult sort. Allow me to sit next to you and we can pet my cat together. And maybe that'll break the ice.
Actually, I'm deathly allergic. Get the filthy thing away from me.
Okay, let me rephrase. Give me the answers I want, or the cat goes on your face.
Like a face hugger.
Right, it sounds like you're meddling.
Oh,
give me a meddling roll.
Oh, 6.
Right, well, you can put a crown on if you'd like it to be.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to. I'm going to put on the crown of the queen and...
So for anyone new to the game system, the crown is where the player can put on a fictional crown in a way to boost a roll result. And it really helps them, but they have to later on narrate some kind of event as depicted by the crown sheet. What's the crown you're putting on there?
A flashback showing how I was an imperfect mother.
Okay, run me through that.
Well, it's sort of relevant to this situation. David was in town with his family when my children were young, and he was trying to woo one of my daughters. And this left me very unhappy. This hoity-toity out-of-towner desperately pursuing Rebecca, favourite of all my daughters. And I got rid of David. I was quite stern and quite dismissive of him at the time. I thought he was just a well-to-do out-of-towner, more money than sense, and I didn't want him to have anything to do with my family. And that left my darling daughter Rebecca heartbroken at the time. She wanted to run off with David and live a spoiled life of luxury, but I thought it was more important that she learn a trade and grow up to be a proper young woman. So while I was harsh at the time, I regret nothing, and in the long run it was right. But I didn't quite show Rebecca the love and support she needed.
Tell me how this goes, how you talk around David now, how this manifests, how your conversation bears out.
I'm thinking with David, I'm more conciliatory, trying to have him understand that people are complicated and hearts can be broken, and it's okay to be vulnerable as long as we're there for one another.
Okay. So do you think he softens towards you, or do you think he's humouring you?
No, I think I'm starting to break through his facade. His dad died last night. I think it's hard for him to keep that stiff upper lip going on for too long as I'm sharing a tale of heartbreak and woe.
So David does, he cools down a little, and he says, look, Gladys, I did care for Rebecca a great deal, and I do apologise if I was perhaps slightly short with you before. It's been a difficult time, and Mother's not taking it all that well, and poor Sarah's an absolute mess. Emily doesn't seem to give two shits, but that's really Emily. I think it's good of you to come, but I'd ask you to be gentle, please. And if you do speak to Rebecca, I suppose maybe you could just send her a hello from me.
I absolutely shall.
I shall not see her again because I'll be back at Boston at the gallery, which I'm sure you've heard about. It's doing wonderful work. And it's actually just a magnificent place. One day you should, you should visit if you want to.
I would love to. Thank you, David.
And he seems reasonably insincere when he's saying this, but he's trying. He's clearly putting in a bit of effort.
And I have no intention of ever going, but I'm making the right noise.
You do notice, though, while you're talking to him,
Go on, yes.
that he has one earring in the ear. It's quite a big diamond, expensive diamond earring. And quite conspicuously, there is a sort of vacant hole for his other earring that is missing.
David, tell me, did you lose an earring last night?
Subtlety.
Subtle.
And he does, as you said, he sort of absently reaches up and he actually plucks the other earring out and slips it into his shirt pocket. He says, oh yeah, it's been gone for a while. Who knows where it's gone. Damn things, I'll just buy another. De Beers sell them rather cheap.
Yeah, they do, yes.
De Beers.
How are you feeling about all of this, David, your father's death?
Well, it's a difficult time, but the old man was, he was due for something like this to happen to him. He's made enough friends and enemies in business that none of us are too surprised, I suppose, that he should meet an end before his years were done.
Yes, and I suppose you'll be well cared for with his last will and testament?
Well, the gallery provides all I need, really. I wouldn't care to speak about this, but...
Fair enough.
Yes.
And just one last thing. Columbo's cigar. One last thing. Emily, you said Emily's not...
Yes. She's up on the top bit of the boat at the top. I don't know nautical terms
It's
very
called
well.
the helipad, darling.
Yes, the part where the rotary wing aircraft arrive and depart. She's up there. She's who knows what she's doing. She said something about better signal up there. But
Do you think... What should I go and say to her? What...
if it's not in a tweet or a DM, she probably won't talk to you at all. Are you on the Twitter?
So up to the helipad then, where
yes.
I can talk to young Emily.
So David sort of goes back to gazing longingly at the horizon. And
All right, I'll leave you to your grief then, David.
Fitz, you're still locked in a cabin down below.
Yeah, I'm sort of still doing that, but let's see how Gloria goes.
Right, Gloria, up on deck with Alison.
Well, I sit here and...
I've been benched for the better part of an hour.
Well, unfortunately, you've made the promise that whatever you will continue to roll a hot streak.
I'm dominant.
The problem is you're just solving all the mysteries single-handedly. I want the others to have a go.
Alison, darling, show me around this magnificent vessel.
So she's taking you on a tour of the boat, much as she knows.
Alison, it must have been devastating. What part of the boat did you say that he fell over? Look at these handles. I can't even stand up holding these handles. It's no wonder that Al fell over. I called him Al.
So she walks you to the nondescript section of deck where Albert fell over or went overboard.
Oh, I still feel a little uneasy on my feet, and I hold onto the railing, but I'm looking around to see if there's any marks or any scuffs or anything around this area.
Meddling move, roll 2 dice.
I'll take it. 5 and a 5 plus 2 makes 12. I'm up to 6 dice.
As she points at the section of railing where Albert fell over, The handbag over the crook of her arm sort of falls slightly open, and inside you can see a very small handgun, like the kind designed to fit in a lady's purse.
I don't know how you do it, darling. With all this wealth and all the responsibility, I can't even walk down the street without feeling unsafe at the moment. Brindlewood Bay can be a scary place. Do you find that, darling?
Well, yes, quite. But we're very fortunate. And Brindlewood Bay is a nice place. We're very lucky that Captain Curly convinced us to come here.
Fortunate, darling. Everywhere you go, people are watching you. They're watching your wealth. People want what you have. Does that not play on your mind? I've been here 5 minutes, honey, and I'm thinking about what it must be like with all of this.
We try to do our part for charity and try and help those in a less fortunate position than us.
There's some that will just take from you, honey. They'll take everything. Are you going to be covered forever? What happens now that A's gone?
And at this moment, sort of the camera just slightly pans to inside where you can see Agnes just loading up her pockets for sandwiches for the tea service and small cakes. Some people just want to take. Just fill it.
Filling her purse.
So no, we'll make do with Albert gone. It's, we've always been quite a self-sufficient family.
And can you protect yourself now that Alfred's gone?
Albert?
Yeah, but what about Alfred, the other fella I saw before? He just left. Was that your butler? Andrew, Alfred? Honey, please. Who's protecting you now?
Well, we look, Mrs. Janowitz, thank you so much. We do look after ourselves. We're quite...
Call me Gloria.
Quite, Mrs. Gloria.
Friends call me Gloria. And we're friends, honey.
I'm very glad, very pleased. She sort of gives you a slightly condescending pat on the shoulder.
Now, when I came on the boat, I saw one of your photos, honey. 3 darling children, beautiful. I know David. I've met David already in town the other day. And you have Sarah.
And dear Emily, of course.
Emily's the one I haven't met, honey.
Well, Emily's taking a little bit of time. She's up at the helipad.
Well, we're already getting fresh air. Show me where the magical rotary system lands and carts you around this magnificent bay.
Well, actually, I don't know if you know this, but we don't actually have a helicopter. It's just for people who want to come and visit.
So that's why you have a helipad in case someone else has one?
Yes.
Do you
I
get
know,
good
Albert insisted.
Hell, he's so crazy like that.
Was.
How about you take me up and we go see Emily?
All right, so you start strolling up towards the helipad, and as you get up the short flight of stairs from the deck you're onto there, you come across Gladys coming up the other flight of stairs.
Oh, how you doing over there? Gloria, it's me! Gladys, your friend!
Who?
Gloria!
I swapped my glasses out to the other glasses and it's still blurry.
She double stacks the glasses now. 2 sets of glasses.
Now can I see?
No.
No, it's made it
But you can
significantly
see
worse.
less bad.
I turn to Alice and I go, I think it's one of your friends, sweetheart.
Act casual. She might not have noticed us.
Gloria! Alison! Gloria!
Wilson!
Gloria! And nice. I'm 4 meters away from you. I'm like yelling your name and waving.
Oh, it's Gladys. It's okay. I know her.
You can smell the cheap scotch and diabetes on her breath.
Oh.
Oh, all right, Agnes, you and me.
Gladys is going to catch these hands if she interrupts my flow.
So as you get to the top of the helipad, you see a young woman sort of leaning against the rear railing of the helipad that looks out over the back of the boat. And the helipad almost hangs backwards over the water. She's just sat there typing into a phone as you walk up.
You don't need to text me, darling. I'm right here. You call for Gloria. 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 Emily, honey.
I think I got your number. Sorry.
Stand here a little more. And Emily's she's sort of quite shoulders hunched. She's quite in herself. Her head's down. She sort of gives you a sidelong glance and a little like half-hearted chuckle and goes back to what
There's
she's
2
doing.
things you're going to catch up here, honey. One's a cold and the other's a helicopter if you don't move. Am I right? Come talk to me, sweetheart.
It's like, no, look, can we just put a pin in this for a sec? I've just got to respond to this DM real quick.
Only if DM stands for tell me everything, and I grab her phone.
Okay, roll me a...
Don't want to make me roll.
Roll me a day move.
You wouldn't like me when I roll.
Roll me a day move, because I think this is something that's risky, and I think Well, you tell me what the risk is, but
I don't want to grab her phone. There's so many things that can go wrong.
no, I'm
here.
so sorry, but you've already told me you will. So
Okay,
the
done.
idea that you just
it is.
knock it flying out of her.
I've got no depth perception. I am reaching for something that may not even really be there. I'm counterbalancing poorly. My entire weight is going to go forward. I'm going to go off the helipad and into the water below. And I might even catch a Steinway on the way through. Just been wheeled out into the environment, into the elements. So in terms of what could go wrong.
So let's. What could go wrong is you're going to fall to your death off the back of the boat.
We're going to find the end
The
of
stakes have never been higher. Roll the dice for me. 2 dice.
2 dice?
2 dice.
Excuse
No,
you.
2 dice. 2 dice. What's your vitality there?
Yeah, composure?
Vitality.
Composure's +2.
Vitality.
0.
Roll that for me.
Yeah, I can't believe you're going to kill Jano. It's you pathetic little man. I'm rolling. I rolled a 7.
All right. Would you like to?
Spend 5? Well, yes, I would.
So I can tell you how this is going to leave you vulnerable. Okay. So this is, and you can choose whether you're going to go through with it or not. But essentially, what's going to happen is, as you grab her phone, sure enough, you're going to totter over and you're going to be tipping over the top railing there of the helipad. Phone in one hand, rail in the other, dangling above your doom.
If I place a crown upon my head and use one of my slight get-out-of-jail-free cards,
Sure.
bringing me to an 8.
No, it'll bring you up to the next level of success, which is a 10.
I'll take a 10. I'll
Okay.
take a 10.
So
and
which-
I'm using a scene in the present day showing a... I just want to talk about a lover.
What is that? A burgeoning romance? Is that what it says?
Yeah.
Cool.
Who with?
I'm glad you asked.
Tell me that now.
I'm going to tell you about it right now because...
It's Alison, isn't it?
No, there's a recent time where I met my new physical desire, and his name was McMurdy.
Oh, God.
He was a special policeman that was searching an apartment in the building I used to live in. I knew that he was giving me romantic signs, so I tried to follow him out of San Francisco, but I could only take the bus. I don't know why I feel so dirty.
Can you
This is your fault, Fitz.
can you tell me, did he have a magnificent mustache?
He did have a magnificent mustache, and he was trying to fend me off, and I realized later that he was just trying to protect me from the evils in that investigation because he obviously felt the same way for me.
What signals did he give that he felt
I
that way
will
for you?
find you, McMurdy. I'll find you, McMurdy. Signals were he was twitching his mustache, almost like an interpretive dance of raw sexual emotion.
This has been far more upsetting than I anticipated.
Which made me expand. I was
Twitchy the mustache actually would just said, come over here and plant a kiss on it. Take it.
How
hand it
does
back.
Gloria feel in that moment of teetering on the edge of panic there?
She has a whole bunch of different meds that are acting differently in her system, and she's caused herself a vertigo spike.
Right. Add for me on your character sheet the condition unsteady.
I love it.
Plane just crashed into it.
Am I still emboldened? Because that's a funny combination.
Emily looks a bit sort of put out that you've obviously snatched this phone from her, and she's like, yes, what? What do you want? And she's eyeing you fiercely.
But I grab onto the railing and I take a knee and I'm taking in some deep breaths as the world is spinning around me.
Yeah, hey, Mike the Gorilla Murphy, attorney at law. No, that's not my real name. I had to change it after some punk-ass bitch in the Justice Department lost his freaking nerve. Look, let's not waste each other's time, capiche? They call me Gorilla, because you pay me, I'll rip the freaking arms off of whoever you point at. Like, legally speaking, in the law house or whatever. Look, I ain't such a bad guy or nothing. I've got these jerk-offs who are gonna, validate me or testify for me or some such. Talk, you clowns.
Yeah, he's great at the law.
Real professional like, and got a whole lot of good books on his shelf.
Yeah, use the best gorilla, like the best.
Yeah, shut up. You're making me sick. Jeez, get a load of these crybabies. Look, you get charged with a crime, you pay me. A judge goes missing, bada bing, not guilty. Story ends. I gotta go. Gotta see a man about a horse. Call me. No, wait, don't call me. Write me a letter and leave it on your mother's nightstand. Gorilla out.
Flashing badger.
So Agnes is still locked in that cabin below. Let's cut back to Agnes quickly. Agnes, Looks like you're stuck there. How are you going to get out of this?
Well, I'm doing the old jiggle of the handle and the lock.
Unsuccessful.
Surely the locks on these cabins aren't so hard.
No, wouldn't have thought so.
Is there a phone? Clearly there's a phone in this.
There is a phone.
Yes.
Sure. Who would you like to call?
I would like to call...
When you pick up the phone, or next to the phone, there's a little, the little dial list of 1 bridge, 2 kitchen, 3 engine room. I don't know, stuff like that.
I call the bridge, and I let them know that.
So you call the bridge. Hold on, wait. Let's just do this. Ring, ring. Ring, ring.
Hello?
Hello, ma'am.
Hello?
You've reached the bridge.
Hello?
Yes. What?
No, I sometimes play bridge, but mostly canasta.
Who is this?
This is
How did you get this number? This is a
Agnes.
secure line.
I'm stuck inside the main cabin.
The what?
Cabin.
Who?
Agnes.
Oh, ma'am, are you on the boat?
I'm on the boat.
Okay,
Can someone come and let me out? I've gotten stuck.
Okay, ma'am. We cut up to the bridge and there's this young man sort of holding the phone out from his ear like, someone says there's someone stuck in the main cabin? And Captain Curly immediately sort of sighs and his shoulders slump, and it's pretty clear to him that he knows who this will be. So he calls aside one of his lackeys. He says, listen, just go down to the main cabin. I think a lady there's got herself stuck. Can you just let her out and shoo her along? Don't bring her here. Do not bring her here. Just shoo her along, whatever you do. Now, I want you to do a roll for me because you're going to get out, but I want to roll for how embarrassing these consequences are going to be for you.
Oh, I don't get embarrassed at all.
Fine.
We'll be the judge of
I
that.
was about to say, if you won't come up with conditions, I will. So it's up to you.
4.
What I'm going to say to you is, you will get let out of the cabin, but the young man who lets you out is going to take you and present you direct to Andrew the butler with a view to having you taken from the boat. Because he recognises you're in a place you shouldn't be.
Right.
So he's essentially going to march you straight to Andrew the butler.
Right.
So would you like to carry on with this, or would you like to alter it by doing a crown, or are you happy with that?
Well, no, I'm not happy with... I don't want to get kicked off the boat. Well, you know what? I'm happy with that. Let him present me to Andrew.
So the young man comes down and he's very dashing in his sailor uniform, and he opens the door and he's like, ma'am, out. I've been sent to get you. And he sort of takes you quite roughly by the arm.
Oh.
And escorts you up the narrow stairs back to the main deck. And he says, Andrew. And Jim's like, yes. He says, Andrew, this lady was snooping around in the cabins. And the captain says you're to see to her removal from the boat. Andrew says, well, jolly good. Jolly good. Step this way, madam. And he walks you towards the back of the boat.
Towards a plank?
Towards where the motor launch is tied.
Right.
He says, well, madam, I'll have you wait here, please. Grab a seat in the boat there. We'll arrange for this to go back with the minimum of fuss and embarrassment for you. You have made rather a fool of yourself.
I have. Oh.
One is rather disappointed in your conduct.
Sorry, Andrew. I do feel so sorry. But whilst I have you here...
How do you actually feel? How does Agnes actually feel?
yeah, you know what? Probably a little bit ashamed.
Great. Right. Ashamed on your character sheet for me.
I will. But whilst I have Andrew here...
Yeah?
I do want to ask him one question.
Ask away.
2 questions, actually.
Deal's getting worse all the time.
Who will be driving me back to the mainland?
We'll have one of the launch operators take you back.
So it wouldn't be Captain Curly?
No, he's tied up with the business of the boat.
Is he a captain because he used to be in the Navy?
He's a captain because he's in charge of the ship, Mom.
But did he get this job because he learned his skills in the Navy? Do you know? I assume you know the goings-on of this boat.
I believe he did, Mom, but I don't think you're in a position to continue asking questions. You've made rather a rum show of it.
Sorry, Andrew.
So Andrew tosses off. We'll cut back to the top deck where Gladys is now talking quickly to Emily. And what's going on there?
Emily, me darling, your favourite brother David sent me up to talk to you. He said you needed a friendly ear.
Oh, did he? Well, that's just typical David.
Tell me what's happening, love.
I'm just really busy, but this little lady just took my phone, so...
She's busy having a wee bit of a fainting spell type of
I can see that she's just scrolling through my phone.
That's so dizzy,
No, that's unrelated. No. She's doing the thing with the. You talk to me. That's all right, love.
Yes, well,
Tell me how are you feeling after your father's untimely passing?
I'm just feeling like I want to get my phone back.
Are you not at all a bit upset?
Well, everyone's gotta die.
Oh, yes, but tell me, your poor father, that must have been a shock to the system.
Well, it's just as shocking as if he'd ever even talked to me or paid attention to me, so NBD, I guess.
Oh, my love, I don't speak German, but I assume that means you really are cut up on the inside.
Well, you can assume all you like, but all that does is make an ass out of you.
Oh, love,
Alone.
you're a poet. Oh, and surely you've got to know it. Tell me, love, what aren't you going to be here for your poor mother and your family? Don't you want to support them in their time of trial?
I'll support them exactly as much as they have supported me, which is Zippo.
Okay, love. Look, I can see that you're not really all there emotionally.
Listen, old lady, I don't really do old people, so if you could just maybe make your little goblin give me the phone back.
What I'll do, look, tell me, I'll go and fetch your phone up from over yonder. You tell me, are you going to feel okay once the reading of the wills is finished?
Well, really, that's between me and anybody whose business it is, which is not you.
Wow,
so,
actually, your mother's just here, and she told me.
I like that as this is going, as soon as Gloria's heard little goblin, she just piffed the phone. She just reached up and just plopped it over the rail. Into
Things
the water.
fall in the water all the time around
All
here.
the time around here.
Too soon.
Sometimes it's phones, sometimes it's fathers. Who knows? So it certainly seems like Emily's not really going to give you much. So you can try a meddling roll with her if you'd like, as always. But if not, I'm just going to skip it forward until this evening.
Buenas noches, señores y señoritas, damas y caballeros. Sintonsen esta noche el final de temporada de la cuarta telenovela favorita de México, That's My Mama. Juanita confronta a Antonio y Rodrigo por sus crímenes atroces.
Antonio ladrón, la Rodrigo sin Indonesia, roba contra la ley de la mía conciencia. ¿Dónde está la biblioteca?
El compañero de casa de la prometida de su hermano gemelo le roba el bebé recién nacido a Maya.
Mi bebé, malvado, este no es el momento adecuado, no es bueno.
Las llagas faciales de Gwendolina se han vuelto a abrir y solo el doctor Ricardo Montalbán puede realizar de complicada cirugía necesaria para salvarle la cara.
Y entonces la niña dice, ¿por qué no las dos? ¡Ja, ja, ja, ja! Él es pequeña y me petiosa. Muy bien.
No se pierdan el final episodio de That's My Mama esta noche.
Un pez, dos peces, pez rojo, pez azul. Este tiene un cuchillo, este tiene una estrellita.
Flashing badger.
So the evening has come, and
We're driven home.
well,
You're still in the boat.
just huddled up.
awfully cold on this deck.
So you have been sort of ferried back, but you know that there is all of you. But you know there is a big party this evening on the boat, which you're welcome to attend if you like, or if you're ready to try and do some theorizing about who the murderer might be, you're also welcome to do that.
Ooh, there's nowhere else to really go.
I can't believe we're on the list of invites.
I know.
I didn't say that. I just said you're welcome to try and attend. The way the mechanic works in this game is to theorize. You guys come up with a solution to the mystery that seems coherent. You have a discussion amongst yourselves. Once you come up with something, you roll dice. If it's a 10, it's the correct solution. You'll have some opportunity to take down the culprit. If it's a 12, there's a bonus on top of that. If 7 to 9, there's a complication or some sort of danger that faces you. And if it's a 6 or under, solution's incorrect and something will happen. You have 10 clues. We minus 6 for the complexity of the mystery, which is difficulty 6. So you're going to get a +4 on whatever you roll.
I think we burst back onto that boat and
Yeah.
go hard for a few minutes because it's also a fantastic setting to accuse someone should they be on the boat.
What we do is we go and get Hyman and we take the Cabot Cove, Brindlewood Bay police boat out there and we do the big reveal, like the whole Scooby-Doo type with the cops
nice.
going in front of the guests.
So if you want to theorize now, you give me the theorize, and then once you come up with a solution, I give you that opportunity. So you can tell me how the arrest or the confrontation goes down.
I feel like
I jumped ahead.
You've jumped ahead.
I feel like
But
we
like
could stand to pick up a few more clues.
I think we're ready to maybe start
Yeah?
doing some
Think?
theorizing.
I gotta be in bed by 10, honey.
Oh,
10? She stayed up so late.
10? I'm
He's
I've been asleep for 2 hours.
Theorize. So the way you do this is you just have a discussion, list all your clues. You've got your clues out in front of you. Would you like me to run through them again? I will, for the purpose of the listening audience.
Can we be in the book club upstairs? Loft?
Sure. So you've retreated to your loft there, and you can see out through the picture window. It's got one of those sort of wheel spoke designs through the centre, like a crosshair sits
The camera
the boat out in the bay.
zooms into
the
the
camera
boat?
zooms right through.
Or does it like zoom right in on a person?
It zooms right in on a person, but it's slightly out of focus. Overcorrects and then corrects back, and then shuffles around looking for someone, and then zooms back a bit. So you just see the boat.
I like the idea it zooms in to get us clearly looking at the boat theorising, but all three of us are asleep on our armchairs. Because it's been a big day. Big day on the water.
Many cardigans on my chair.
So I'll remind you the clues that you've come across.
Yes.
Oh, why'd I write them down then?
The clues you
Or is
came
this for
across
the audience?
this is for the audience, was unless they've been taking notes as they listen.
They should.
They should have.
Unless they're driving.
Or else they're very poor listeners indeed.
please don't leave us. We need all the listeners.
There was the misreported time about Albert's death, that it was originally reported to be 11, but it actually happened at 8 o'clock. There was a small handgun being kept in a purse. There were some stock certificates that were stuffed down the back of a set of drawers in the room. There was the guest list for the upcoming party, the party that's happening just about as we speak, with a name that's been completely scrubbed from it. There's been debt collectors showing up at the boat. There was an argument overheard by Alison on the deck of the boat that she told you she couldn't recognise the voices for. There was a love letter from a young military man. There was a single diamond earring, one missing from David's ear. There was some instructions to remove someone from a will, but we don't know who. Most importantly, and I'm sure you've all got this top of your mind, that Captain Fluffles, the prize Samoyed, has been missing. Start rolling. Go explain to me how these things connect. What do you think they relate to?
Please, Gladys.
Let me just throw a few things out. David, spoiled brat, idiot son, has come back into the family recently. He's scared off the dog, or perhaps disposed of the dog because he doesn't like it. He's tried to get involved in daddy's business and maybe driven it into the ground. And now the family are borderline destitute. He's played some funny buggers with the stock market, which would indicate be linked to the stock receipts found in the cabin. His father has discovered this conspiracy and threatened to write him out of the will. And rather than do that, David knows that there's a gun in his mother's purse, so confronted his dad on the boat. There's been a bit of a scuffle with the dad trying to get the gun off him. David's lost an earring in the scuffle. The gun hasn't gone off, but he has pushed Dad overboard. And then David's surreptitiously, maybe even David's pistol whipped the dad, causing, because I think there was a gash or something on his head. There was some damage
He
to
had
his
a
head.
bump on his head, but you couldn't tell if that was
pre
or post-mortem.
Yeah. So David's maybe pistol whipped the dad to try and get him in compliance, but he's accidentally fallen overboard. And in a fit of panic, David's replaced the gun back into his mother's handbag, with her none the wiser. Those are just some thoughts off the top of my head.
That
Well,
actually
think of
sounds
that.
very, very reasonable.
It just really free flow. So let me know if what I've missed.
So for me, I think the time of Albert's death being misreported, what do you think? Was that a red herring, or do you think that was... Because, of course, not all these clues might relate, but...
Yeah, well...
And the other one was a guest list for the upcoming party with a name crossed out. They're the only... I'm the love letter from a military vet, not a dog vet.
Yeah, no, that would be odd. What sort of freak would fall in love with a good-looking dog?
Well, there is a dog angle in the story, to be honest.
True.
I'll cover that shortly.
If you could.
But I like the theory. It sounds good.
Look,
It sounds feasible.
far so good. Look, maybe David's name was crossed off the guest list. In a fit of rage, his father's written him out of the will and crossed him off the guest list for the party.
Right, who wants to give me an alternate? Now, you are going to come to a consensus on this.
Yeah,
decide which one to pitch.
We've used your time to prepare our notes.
Please do.
I
No.
must say, I was very impressed. As a freewheeling thing, that was
actually very
well.
I wasn't listening. Was it good? That was amazing.
Very coherent.
I was actually listening and goes, I didn't think of that. That was quite good.
They've stolen bits of yours now.
No,
I'm so worried that you'll use mine, but do you want to go second or third? Don't look at
This
mine.
is a freewheeling. I'm even supposed to chip in if I want to.
You stay out.
I'll give you
know
my
the answer.
I'll give you my theory right now. All right, and it's a bit Scooby-Doo-ish,
He's going
All
to
right.
pull a mask off someone.
but
I liked it.
Wayne's World?
no, it's a yacht. Here we have that. These are the clues as I see them, and that how they fit into the murder and how he was murdered. So Albert discovered a love letter from what I'm going to say Captain Curly, ex-military man, to his beautiful wife Alison. They have been having an affair for decades since he's been in the military and left, and she hired him as the captain of her boat because the boat's name was
The Regal Lady.
the Regal Lady. So this is Alison's boat. This is Alison's boat, Alison's staff, and her spending of the money or whatever. So he finds the love letter from Curly to her. He realizes she's having an affair and he wants to get rid of her. So he's going to write her out of the will and take all his money. And he has most of the money. Alison has very little. So he's made it known in the business world that he's going to write her out of the will and take all her money. And that's why debt collectors have been coming around, because they realise that he's got the money, not Alison, and they're reminding Alison that she's got debts to pay, including the boat and everything like that. With her frivolous ways and affair-having wiles, she's spending the money there. So she's going to be written out of the will.
Has she also been crossed off the guest list for a party?
Possibly. I haven't got to that one yet.
Okay, sorry.
In the meantime, he's been hiding stocks and stuff like that from Alison, trying to squirrel as much money away that she can't touch as well, and hide it from her debt collectors. But part of this, he finds that out, part of this is her staff, which include Andrew, the butler, realises that if Albert takes all his money, then they will likely be out of a job because he never liked the boat anyway, and this is all her doing and her thing. So he realises that he will be out of luck as well. She buys a gun to save off all these debt collectors and perhaps has plans of going to kill him that night. But in the meantime, Andrew, realising that his life work of being butler to Miss Krauss and working on the boat, he has a panic. He doesn't know what to do. So he decides that he can get rid of the problem, which will be Mr. Krauss. So he decides to poison him. Now, when he comes to the thing of poisoning him, he has to do a bit of a mock run-through to make sure it's going to work. And poor Captain Fluffles, whom he never particularly liked anyway, is the test subject and finds out that the poison works perfectly. And that's why we haven't seen Captain Fluffles for quite some time.
The poison was just grilled onion.
A great chocolate. Yeah. He poisoned Captain Fluffles, makes sure it works. Captain Fluffles is missing. And then in the meantime, serves his poison to Mr. Krauss in his nightly brandy, as he discussed with us, at about 8 o'clock. But in order to give himself an alibi, just in case, he reports that the time was a bit different, so he can give himself that he was down with the crew doing the nightly stocks or whatever. Mr. Krauss has the poison brandy. He falls, hits his head on the railings as he falls into the water and drowns.
Can I ask, did the time, did he change the times on the clocks on the boat or something, or did he just misreport it in his statement to muddy waters?
No,
That wasn't a yes, no, but sure.
yeah, he becomes cagey around the time because he wants to ensure that he doesn't become a focus or part of the last person to see him or anything like that investigation. So he gives a misrepresentation of the time that he last saw him in the hopes of deflecting away from him.
The guest list for the party with someone crossed out, was that covered in there or no?
No, that wasn't covered in there. The only thing I could do is perhaps Mr. Krauss was going to do a big reveal gotcha, display the affair to everyone in front of all their loving family and guests on the boat, and included in that guest list would be Sharkman Lawyerson, who is the world's best.
And then he crossed him out.
No, I don't know. I hadn't got that one into it.
Yeah, it felt like you were digging there.
Yeah, I was.
What about the argument between two suspects on the deck that Alison said she heard? Was that a fiction, or did that really happen?
No, that really happened. That was possibly an argument between Alison and Albert themselves. But that was a bit of a, in the classic serial, clues that are a bit misdirecting. That was one of those ones where, yes, she did have an argument with me. It was about the money and the divorce. And then she stormed off and he was served his brandy not long after.
Okay. What about the diamond earring that's missing from David? Is that
David's
Faction? Just a klutz?
Just a klutz.
Very nice. Anyone got anything to add? Mike is staring at me
Add to his.
like I owe you money.
No, you got, what's your one?
An admiral.
What? Nope.
An honest attempt from both of you.
Oh, I thought you were going to say there was an admiral that
That's
comes
what I
in.
thought.
He's the military man.
Admirable attempt by both of you to try and solve the mystery.
You know this isn't a competitive game, right?
It is competitive. Prepare for John Owens. But I do have the killer.
Oh.
And the killer was none other than the butler. The butler did it. Andrew.
I agree.
And let me tell you why. And that is because the pair, Albert and Andrew, were lovers. Andrew can't stand the family. And he knows that Albert can't stand his kids and his wife either. His wife is caught up in the bogus fundraising facade, and the kids are spoiled and rotten. But Andrew is not Albert's first love. The Samoy is, Captain Fluffles. Andrew discovered that he's not in the will and that the Samoy is being left everything. The argument on the deck is when Albert reveals to Andrew that Captain Fluffles will inherit the lot. And the party is where he's going to announce the wealth being handed over. Captain Fluffles is the name that is struck from the list of invites. When Andrew strikes his name off the list in a fit of rage, there are 2 splashes that night. There is one at 8 p.m. and there is one at 11 p.m. Ooh. The 8 p.m. splash is Captain Fluffles being launched off the boat as the pair argue and scream at each other, which is heard by Alison. The love letter that is found is from Andrew, and it's written to Albert. It is formal, it has army terminology or the army signature block on the bottom, and that is because Andrew was a military man himself. When dealing with us, he used 24-hour terminology and naval terms, despite being a butler on a yacht. The wax seal on the letter I noted had the letter A on it, which I thought would be for Albert. It wasn't. It was from Andrew. Ladies and gentlemen, when you cast your vote this evening,
Tribe is
I want you to remember that man, Andrew,
He's
in
Albert.
cold blood, murdered Albert.
Yeah, can I query some things that you...
I feel like you've made up some clues here.
I love the bones of this.
Yeah, so do I, actually.
The handgun in Alison's purse, any relevance or no?
No, it had all rounds still chambered, which I noticed, and there was no gunshot wound to the victim, and no one, if you could hear an argument on the deck, no one heard a gunshot.
Can
You just say no next time.
No, because I wanted you to know what.
All right, I'm trying to get through. I'll give you. Okay, go on.
You can fast fire them.
The stock certificates in the cabin.
Irrelevant. There's going to be stocks everywhere. He's rich.
Just fall out of comments left, right, and centre.
The debt collectors.
Yeah, but there's also weird shenanigans with dudes in cloaks and capes. I think it's just those same hippies. You religious people being observed.
So I just want, and you're obviously this is a discussion for the three of you, but Wegs, your example gave 7 out of 10 clues. Fitz, yours was 8 out of 10, and Michael, yours was 6 out of 10.
No, I think there's...
Despite the most confident delivery, it sounds like the one that uses the least of the evidence.
Which clues did I miss? I was actually going to suggest. So we can mishmash these all together to use more clues.
That's the whole point.
So what about if we use the guts of your motive? And I love the 2 splashes with the Samoyed thing.
Yeah.
And the guest list then gets used, and we make that the overarching scene of the murder, not the poison.
Okay, so someone pitched me this
I like
story.
the brandy poison.
I did too, but
Because I'm with you, I really love like the bones of yours, like the structure of yours, Mike, Gloria.
Gloria.
Where I'm thinking the when we're talking about the other clues, like the gun in the handbag, the missing, does it have to actually be linked to the murder? Or does it just have to be an explanation as to why it's involved in the overall scenario?
The number of clues incorporated into the theory or otherwise explained away. So, yeah, it can be, well, she had a gun in her purse because her husband had become more aggressive and abusive since following this lead with Andrew and she was in fear of him. Or she worried Andrew was scheming against her, so she had a gun. It doesn't need to be directly involved in the murder, but it has to have a linking explanation, I suppose.
Yeah, so my explanation or my thinking around the gun being in her handbag was that she'd heard at night sort of some running around on the yacht, not knowing it was actually Andrew and Albert running around together. She'd sort of heard bits and pieces. She got a bit frightened.
Skipping.
Yeah, or hopscotch or,
How do you
love making in the closet.
running around in circles on a boat?
I like the idea that the captain has given her his sidearm once he caught wind of all the debt collectors at each port and discovered she was travelling into town on her own. He wanted her to take his sidearm just for safety.
So does the captain have a bit of a fancy for Alison?
He's allowed to just give her a gun. Not everything has to be about bedding this woman.
I don't think you just go around giving people guns either.
Isn't he meant to protect her? He's the captain. She's wealthy.
I do have one question. Did I completely miss or did you make up the wax A?
I made all that up.
Oh, good. Oh, thank God.
Because I did ask early on if we're allowed to
retcon clues. That's
No, that's fine. I'm
interpret
happy with
clues that we
that.
want.
I'm happy with that. I just was like, oh my God, I missed that bit completely.
Fluffle's name wasn't on the list.
What do you reckon, Wegs? Do you think I did?
So maybe we can take some elements from my hypothesis. So the son David was playing funny buggers with daddy's stocks money. Like he was getting involved and racking up, like thinking he was a big time trader, racking up debt after debt, bringing the debt collectors around. He got in over his head and they needed some form of family identification or something of value.
Collateral or something.
Collateral, perfect word, thank you. So he's given the single diamond as a
down payment.
I'm good for the money. And so that's where those clues fit into the overall picture. And so Alison's become more and more fearful and has got herself a handgun, maybe asked the captain for the 6-shooter to protect herself, not knowing why the debt collectors are all of a sudden coming around.
She's just seen sort of burly men approaching people on shore and is concerned.
And she's noticed that Albert is becoming sort of evasive and aloof, thinking it's got something to do with the debt and David's stocks meddling, but actually he's actually having an affair with the butler.
So, at the end of this theory, where we've come to is that Andrew the butler is the responsible murderer.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. Now, correct me if I get any of this wrong, that the time of Albert's death was misreported, but that's because there were 2 splashes, one of which was the dog who had been poisoned
Yes.
before that Albert died, that the handgun was there because it was to protect from the debt collectors who were assumed to be hoodlums, that the stock certificates in a strange hiding place, that was to do with David's mismanagement of the company and trying to keep it out of his hands.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
That the guest list for the party, someone was crossed out. Who did we settle on that being? Was it the dog?
Captain Fluffles as the guest
was
of honor.
being excluded from the
Yes.
party. All right.
By Andrew, who found out and was jealous.
That the debt collectors we already talked about, that the argument between the 2 suspects was it David and his father or was it Andrew and Albert?
I think was it Andrew and
I think Andrew and Albert who were arguing about Mr. Fluffles being the beneficiary.
The love letter was from Andrew to Albert, that the diamond earring was paid as collateral to the debt collectors. That the instructions to cut someone out of the will were because Captain Fluffles had assumed full good boy status and was doing everything. And the expensive Samoyed missing was obviously, as we talked about. So what we have here is a very simple tale of butler and master love with a dog coming between them in the classic love triangle.
Samoyed
Classic.
butler and master of the house.
The classic.
a tale as old as time.
Brimming with cliche. Okay, I love it. Is
think-
that what we're running with?
If this was an Amanda Delacour novel, what would it be named?
The Amanda Delacour, no, it's very similar to one of her novels, being called Wegs.
Woof woof bang bang.
A man's best fisherman friend.
Oh yeah, no, it's-
Okay, I like that.
A man's best friend, his right-hand man, and
A man's man. That's what you call a butler.
to serve man. It's like a butler thing. It's a best friend. To serve man's best friend.
Fisherman.
I think it's a great theory. So the way that we resolve this is whoever, it doesn't matter, there are no benefits or advantages, someone rolls 2 dice,
That
gives me
man.
the score.
Yeah.
I roll 4 dice when I roll.
Let Mega Janowitz roll it.
Wait, really?
So Mike, roll it.
She's got
You
the
get no
hot hand.
benefits or bonuses, just roll it.
I've rolled you a 9.
Okay, so a 9 is going to be the correct solution, but there's some element of danger. If you all put on a crown, you can bump that up to a 10 where you get no danger and you get the confrontation.
Well, what do you reckon?
I mean, we've got crowns to burn, but do you
Yeah.
want a little danger?
No.
I think a little danger.
I don't want the murderer to get away.
No, I don't want the murderer to get away either.
I think we need to
I really hate him, actually.
All right, so each
Come on.
take a crown.
Okay.
So you've bumped up to a 10 plus.
I bet you have something worth celebrating, and there's nowhere on earth more exciting than down at Calamity Raccoon's Good Time Pizza Farm.
It's me, Calamity. Who's our lucky birthday?
It's me, Mr. Calamity. My name is Timmy and I'm turning 6.
Have a magical raccoon day, Timmy.
But here at Calamity Raccoon's Good Time Pizza Farm, we offer more than just parties, family get-togethers and weddings. Why not consider us for your next corporate event?
Whether American families are interested in thermal dynamics is a question we needed to be asking 6 months ago, Stevenson. The question today, though, is how many people are we having to lay off to stay afloat?
Wow, this conversation sounds a little serious. Who wants to try some of our famous
Like
cheese-
hell, you're cutting from my department. We took the hit last time. If I have to look another hardworking member of our business in the eye and tell them that they're back on the food stamps, I'd sooner swallow my...
Calamity can't handle this conflict. Calamity is going a little rapid.
Calamity, no!
We can't save him. Take the shot, Billy.
I can't!
God damn it, Billy, take the shot.
Calamity Raccoon's Good Time Pizza Farm, reopening in spring of 2026.
Caution, Badger.
Let me set the scene for you. You've finished your theorising in the book club loft there, and you can see the party on the boat. You can see people being ferried back and forth from the marina out to the yacht, which is now lit, and you can see all these people in ball gowns queuing up to get on the little ferries that are going back and forth, taking 5 or 6 people at a time. Your eureka moment comes where you realise you have this solution. You go and summon the sheriff, Wyman Dalrymple, and you give him a good 40 minutes to get from his office to the dock.
He's sweating.
He's struggling. But sure enough, while you arrive at the dock there, all the beautiful young things are dressed in their slinky outfits, and you 3 cardigan-clad investigators are shouldering your way through the middle when the police launch pulls up. And the police launch is basically like a little tin fishing boat with a light and siren on one of those
Little
those
cabin bits,
crossbars
yeah,
over the
yeah.
top. So the 3 of you get loaded off into the boat, and this is quite a feat for Mrs. Janowitz to get in, because obviously she's fairly unsteady on her feet. But sure enough, you start sailing out towards the scene of the party, overtaking one of the little motor launches as you do. And the whole time, as you're getting closer, all you can hear is Gladys giving the sheriff tips about how the engine's running too rich and it should be tweaked. And Mrs. Janowitz going, I don't understand why we can't just put on the siren. I want to hear the siren going on. And eventually, halfway through the journey, the sheriff finally sort of his shoulders drop and he sighs and puts the siren on. And instantly, Mrs. Janowitz goes, oh my God, that's so loud. Why did you put that on? That's what are you trying to do? Who are you warning, Sheriff? This is ridiculous. It's the ocean. And Agnes is sort of stood next to Wyman the whole time, and with an affectionate sort of hand on his shoulder, and they're both together enduring the ritual of having to spend time with Gloria. And the boat,
You heard.
So true.
the boat, he gets the boat to the back and he swerves it at the last minute, so it sprays water all over the people waiting to get into the party. And he's like, police business coming through, police business. But at the same time, he sort of very gingerly has to reach one leg out to the thing, and the boat's slowly drifting apart. And there's the orderlies on the boat trying to hold on to him, and other people are trying to rein the boat in.
Real Barney Fife type.
Yeah, finally you get on board and you make your way up to the front. And just as you get up there, you can see that Alison's just about to start her speech. Her family stood all next to her, and just sort of a pace or 2 behind, you can see Andrew standing there with a smug, self-satisfied look on his face. And as you walk into this party, you see Alison sort of squinting through the spotlight to see you there. Tell me how the confrontation goes.
I'm thinking back to every like 80s sort of serial murder mystery
yep.
sitcom
So
we have.
it starts with us bursting up to the front of the room and just pointing at Andrew and saying, "Murder! Most foul! Murder most foul!"
The butler did it.
No,
And then
yeah.
I lean back onto the grand piano because I'm going to put the vertigo, but it does like a dun dun dun.
Shuffle down the... But you go the other way, it goes... Dun, dun, dun.
And someone goes,
I like the idea of someone just grabbing the mic off Alison and like, this is her big moment, just pushing her out of the way going, you know.
So you stand up there and you deliver your sermon, if you like. And meanwhile, the sheriff is sort of caught up to you at this point, just as you're finishing your speech. And he's like, "Okay, everybody, I missed the start. Who did they say it was?" And you see Andrew is slowly trying to slink his way out towards the back here. How are you going to prevent him trying to get away?
this is Gloria's moment to use her maven move.
Tell me about that.
I have the Angus MacGyver
Of course you
maven
do.
move, which to summarize is that each of you just nominate an object that's around, and then I craft up a reason why all three will be used in my maneuver to arrest him.
Gotcha.
Would you like to go first, or shall I go first?
You go first.
Okay, so I'm going to say there's a string of fairy lights over like an architrave arch behind it, you know, with fake flowers and things on it, behind where Alison's giving her speech. So the architrave and the fairy lights.
I'm going to say that they're on the wall, more decorative than actual useful, is one of those big, round, roped, with the name of the boat
Oh, the
on
life
it.
preserver
Life
things?
preserver
Yeah,
type
the
thing.
red and white ones?
Yes, with the name of the boat engraved on it, but it's just sitting on the wall decoratively like that.
Okay. And Wegs?
The piano stool that was the intended seat for when Ms. Janowitz was going to sit down, but instead she's missed and landed on the piano. So she's going for the piano stool. That's my...
Tell me, Mike, how do these three things come together to help you?
It's almost too easy. Mrs. Janowitz leans back and grabs the fairy lights. There's one point where they're a bit lower, and I do the one hand grab and start to pull, and they go pop, 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 pop as they go along. And this is happening so slowly that they could go about their business if they wanted. So people are watching me, and as the fairy lights are coming down, they're like sort of like glancing across someone, and they dip into someone's drink, and they're like, "Oh, good heavens!"
As Agnes has started telling the speech, explaining it all, and still going as the speech is wrapping up.
And so I've now got a couple of lengths of this rope, let's say 4 or 5 meters. I can't get the life preserver off the wall, so I grab the man next to me. I'm like, "You're a strong gentleman. Take this off the wall for me, please." And he hands it to me, and I string the fairy lights around it to do a complete pretty circle, but then still have some length left over. And I start small, and I'm whoom, 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 and I'm getting my lasso motion going with the life preserver as Andrew's backing away, backing up, backing up, backing up. And in one of the coolest moves you have ever seen, whilst I've got this lasso life preserver ring going with my right foot and my Converse pump-up sneakers, I go, "Nyah," and I flick the piano stool straight at him to put him off balance, and I go, "Yeah!" Throw the life preserver, which goes around him, and it always goes in that way where he's some reason got his arms down by his side. So he just boom, and pins him, and as I pull tight on the fairy lights, he slumps back and falls perfectly onto the stool, and he's seated, and it's like he's cuffed, and he's looking magnificent with the fairy lights.
I like it.
Perfect.
I like
Absolutely
it.
perfect. Couldn't be any better, I don't think. So that ultimately gives you a 12 plus on the roll, which he's perfectly caught. Sheriff Wyman comes over. He's like, "Well, Mavens, Agnes, what did I tell you when we started this? What did I tell you? I told you one rule. Do not solve this case. All you had to do was point out that there was foul play. But God bless you. Thank you so much for your help. And I'm glad we could bring this miscreant to justice." And he gently embraces you, the three of you.
With his arms pinned, did you want to pull his mask off now? Scooby-Doo style?
No, he gently embraces us, and one of us goes, you know, as it focuses in, going, "Well, it wasn't that hard, Sheriff. I mean, after all, the butler did it. Ha 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 ha!" And then freeze frame, laughing in the air, you know, and then the credits start. Do 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 do.
Most excellent. I love it. Absolutely perfect. Thank you very much, everybody. That has been Dad overboard, the Brindlewood Bay mystery. I've had a great time. I hope everyone else has. Before we go, we're going to tick quickly. If you look at the questions you marked on your character sheet at the start, tick off any of those. So you're all going to get a tick for that you solved the mystery, because you all did. Wegs, would you like to run me through what's your next question?
Did you secretly undermine the authority of a local official?
I'm not sure that you did.
No.
I think you were a bit too supportive.
Yeah.
That's fine. What's your next question?
Did I behave like a woman half your age?
Well,
I thought almost by definition.
With the amount of booze you put
Yeah.
there's an awful lot of drink drive. I think I'll give you that one. So you can tick both of those. Mark,
A liver
you get-
half your age.
You get 2 of those. Fitz, what are your 3 questions?
Mine was the mystery, obviously. My second one was, did you share your wisdom with a young person? I think if you recall to episode 1, it might have been. I sort of connected with the newly widowed
Alison. Sure did.
So I
You
think
made
I
a
got
great
that
deal
one.
of pointing that out.
I really hammered that one
You laboured it home. Yep.
And did I behave like a woman half my age? I don't really think I got over the line.
No, I
with that
don't
one.
think you did. I think
No.
you get 2 out of 3 there. And
Okay.
Mike?
The one that I selected first was, did you behave like a woman half your age? And I really forced this one down your throat, where I lunged for the phone with the
It made you
agility
feel
of a
young.
woman
He's
half
dead.
my age.
Yep, rubbish. Rubbish.
Doom scrolled. I think you
Go
even
back
used
to the transcript.
And what was the other one?
And the second was, did you show someone that you've still got it? And I feel like the
Yeah.
lasso kick motion converse.
I feel like you can have 1 of those and not. But I think you
are
get
sandbag
2 out of
Janowitz.
3.
I end on another 12.
2 out of 3.
Making me
I'm
ultimate.
I'm going to argue absolutely you got both those.
I'm actually going to argue with Gordon and say using your Maven move surely doesn't then tick off all your other moves.
I'm not saying it does. What?
No,
Oh, you're supporting me. Okay.
Yes, sorry.
No, I think 2. I think you're 2 out of 3. Because I think that, it made me feel young to grab someone's phone. Rubbish.
If anything, that's an old person.
That was
Give me
the,
that thing.
exactly. That was the nonsense one. I'll give you the move at the end was crisp and perfect, lovely. But no, I'll give you 2 out of 3. Right, that's the end of this mystery. As we wrap up, would you like to tell me any of your highlight moments from the adventure? All 3 episodes there, Mike.
Obviously, Mega Janowitz.
Obviously.
Rolling hot, and then what turned into air raid sirens and impressions.
The scrambling of the Japanese
Yes.
Navy.
Yep. Fitz as Agnes, favourite moment?
No, I like the Mega Janowitz. I really think it's hard to beat. I think just Agnes's just using everyone's past childhood trauma against them in order to get what she wants out of them.
Yeah, she was a horrendous human being. I really enjoyed spending time with her.
I did enjoy right at the beginning where she got to sort of treat grown 50-year-old Etienne, who's just out there plying his trade, doing his work like a child again.
Yeah.
And he just cowered again to being a
that was
7-year-old and going, yes, Mom.
Fantastic. Yeah, the moment you broke through, he's doing that stupid accent again. Gladys, Wegs.
I don't know if I can mention this because it may not survive the edit, but the migration of my accent from Irish into Jamaican was, I think, a highlight.
It might not all make it, but at one stage we definitely referenced Rasta Mouse.
Yeah.
So, Tings.
Ting.
Heavily
Yeah.
litigious.
The BBC, known for their copyright.
Most excellent. So, we will there conclude Brindlewood Bay. As the camera fades from the freeze frame, the credits roll, and post-credits, the view comes up again on a scene on a beach at night with the moon bright overhead and a group in dark robes with carved wooden masks looking like Greek statues glowing in the moonlight. They're chanting first under their breath and louder and louder and louder, and the camera pans down to look out across the ocean with the chanting figures in the foreground, and as the moon is slowly eclipsed by a dark figure rising from the ocean. And we cut to black there. And everything's perfectly normal in Brindlewood Bay.
Oh, Captain Fluffles.
oh, God.
He's got better.
It's gotten better.
Right,
now
so
the Dark Lord.
that was Brindlewood Bay. It was made, as I said, by Jason Cordova. It's a fantastic game. We had really great fun. Thank you very much. Any mistakes are my own and any good bits are his. So thank you very much, Jason. We have no connection with them, but if you do want a copy of the game, jump on our affiliate link. That helps us see what you guys like and don't. As does leaving us a review. In-universe reviews are our absolute favourites. Maybe you're a party guest who was very disappointed with the outcome. Maybe you enjoyed the lassoing action of a life preserver and fairy lights. We'll read out our favourites, and please tell your friends to listen. Mike, talk to me.
There's a $1 a month Patreon for the podcast and also the painting channel. Why, yes, there is a painting channel over at YouTube, Flashing Badger Painting. If you want to see minis get painted and hang out with us, you can do so in the Discord as well. There'll be a link in the podcast description. There's hundreds of us in there. Come hang out with us. You'll also have a spot where you can chat about the podcast, what's coming up next, and even help shape the narrative.
Talking of coming up next time we're going to have a brand new RPG on the podcast. So join in and check out what that might be. Fitz, thank you for being here.
It was an absolute pleasure. I loved being Agnes.
Wegs, thank you.
Thank you for having
Hope
me.
you've enjoyed yourself.
Sure have.
Mike, thank you for having me. I've been Gordon. Thanks very much, everybody. We'll catch you next time.
Flashing Badger